Yeah, so on Tuesday, when my week started, they told me that they were going to do a random drug test. So they sent me to a facility, and I had to pee in a cup. And they tested me for any drug usage and whatnot. I guess, I had no problem. So I went over there and took care of business. But they told me that once I'm in the facility, I'm not allowed to leave the facility until I'm all done. And they give me the green light. If for whatever reason I need to step out or anything, I need to call them first. I didn't need to step out, but they told me that if I did leave the facility or walk up through the doors while I was waiting or in the middle of that drug test, I was going to get terminated. So, I was like, okay, that's fine. I get it, So, but it was weird. I didn't think that I was ever going to get drug tested, I haven't gotten drug tested for the whole year I've been working, but it was kind of a shock because they said, oh yeah, you're going to get drug. And, I always thought like if they had a suspicion, maybe, but I guess it's completely random because, I don't give off any vibes that I'm, doing anything, so, it is what it is, right? Sometimes you just find the most random things at some of these truck stops. I almost got tempted to buy one of these. Add a sword and breastplate, it might have been a done deal. So I started off the week with a routine drive up to Stockton and then back down to Chino, California. Then they gave me an assignment to Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah. So before you leave for any destination, you usually do what they call a trip plan. You have to check the weather and make sure that you're going the right direction. And also you have to estimate where your rest stops will be, where you take your breaks and whatnot. Before I took off though this week, there was a chance of snow on Friday and definitely on Saturday. So my appointment was for 11 a.m. on Friday, but the storm was supposed to come in the afternoon. So as you can see, I had great weather in the beginning of the trip, but as I got closer and closer to my destination of Salt Lake City, the clouds started rolling in. So there's long stretches of desert scenery from California to Nevada to Utah that look like this. It's usually broken up by either like mountain ranges in Utah or like the canyon drive through northern Arizona. So I made my pit stop at night at Nephi, and this was the temperature when I got up in the morning. Crazy, huh? These are actually cubes of ice that were there next to my truck the night before, and in the morning, they were still there. Not used to that. When I go on these long stretches, my mind pretty much goes onto autopilot, and there's rarely any surprises while I'm driving. And, every once in a while you get caution when people are trying to pass you, or you have merging traffic, or like an on-ramp with somebody coming on and merging into your lane. Other than that, it's pretty much smooth sailing, and it's really relaxing. It's a great drive. You still have to stay alert, but it's a great drive. So in this video, as you can see, as more time passes, the cloudier it's getting. These are just short clips of sections of the drive. And I was kind of getting worried because the last thing I wanted was to have this storm roll in, and then for me to stop and wait for the storm to pass. And I was getting close to my weekend, so I didn't want that to happen. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah right now. It is butt cold. It's very cloudy. There's a chance of, I think, some snow coming down in the afternoon. And all day tomorrow, it's gonna be snowing here. So I gotta get out of Dodge as fast as possible so I don't get stuck here. But hopefully they're quick here and I get in and out of this loading dock, and I could be headed down towards Southern California again. But it is butt cold. It is so cold here. So after my pickup, I'm heading south towards Southern California again. Like I said before, I'm trying to get out of town before this rain or snow hits. I guess depending on which part of Utah I'm at, it's either going to be raining or snowing because of the temperature difference. So as you can see, the further I get away from Salt Lake City, Utah, and the more south I go, the clouds start to diminish and you get less and less clouds. But this storm's supposed to hit most of Nevada and Southern California as well on the weekend. So with all these clouds, it's a really cool scenery. You never get sick of this scenery. And it's a highway I've been driving, I think, during all 4 seasons of the year. And it's a beauty to behold. To me, it's like layers. You get the city vibe at Salt Lake City, and then you get a little bit more suburban vibe as you drive through Provo and beyond Provo, and you get some industrial areas mixed in, some farmland mixed in, and then a lot of open country, just, God's nature, just beauty. So this is the point where I eventually made it down to Las Vegas and shut down. This parking area is at the Rio Hotel in Vegas. So I was blessed because I just missed a storm, and even in my area, it didn't rain until after I got home. After I got home, it started to drizzle a little bit, and then it turned into a full-blown rainstorm. So thank God for that. What is going on, my people? So this week was a pretty good week. Can't complain. Went to NorCal. I had a bunch of stuff I needed to take care of. I needed to do my maintenance over there, and also I had a 1-year training exercise where they watched me uncouple the tractor to the trailer, and then they also had me go out on the road. So yeah, it was a productive beginning of the week. And then from NorCal I came back down, and they sent me to Salt Lake City, Utah. So it was a nice long trip to end the week. I got to end the week on midday Saturday, which was also a plus, and got about 2,100 miles, I would say. So it ended up being a decent week. Finally had some rest at home here. Got to recharge and get some sleep, and just catch up on a lot of things. And I will be back on the road on Tuesday. So yeah, and in this job I realized that a lot of things are out of your control. The types of loads you're going to get, and where you're going to be sent and whatnot. And there are times when things get really messed up. The last couple weeks have been a little bit bumpy. This week was kind of smooth, didn't have any drama. And I started thinking about it, and I realized that I could sit there and kind of dissect everything that's going on and get frustrated, because it's obvious from the driver's side, as we get our loads and get our assignments and go to where we're going to, when things aren't going our way, a lot of frustration builds up, and we can see what's going on and the things that are going right and the things that are going wrong, and it could be kind of frustrating. And as with most of my videos, I have to keep reminding myself, do I sit there and become confrontational, or do I even call them out on some of the things that aren't going my way, or do I go with the flow and make things work? And this is, I think, a big part of trucking, is that you have to carry the right attitude. Things are always going to be bumpy, and there's always going to be times when things don't go your way, and things you think should be going a certain way, it doesn't go that way. And so having that capacity to really make things work so that it benefits the company, and you're still looked upon as a faithful driver that's going to be able to take the loads from point A to point B to point C. And it's easier said than done, because this job really tests your emotions, tests your capacity to handle all of the frustrations that come your way. And so, yeah, knowing how to take the higher ground is key in surviving in this job. And no matter which company, no matter what account you're on, and no matter what loads you're doing, day in and day out, you have to just be steady Eddie, put in your best efforts and put in your best energy moment by moment, and make sure that you do what you're called to do. Now, this week we had a lot of challenging moments in terms of the weather. A lot of crazy weather was headed my way while I was driving, and thank God that I was able to avoid the big storms and make it back home before anything major happened. And as you probably saw in the videos, the clouds were just rolling in, so I got a chance to avoid the storms and get home safely. So all in all, it was a good week, and I want to thank all of you guys for following me on this journey. It's been a wild ride, and it's also been rewarding. A little bumpy at times, but it's rewarding. And so I want to encourage all you guys to make sure, first of all, that you're in the right place, doing the right things, and then give it your 100% every day, every week. Peace. God bless all of you. And until next time, cheers.